Tonight on ABC, it's the Chicago Bulls visiting the Cleveland Cavaliers in an Eastern Conference matchup as we welcome you to NBA Saturday Primetime, presented by Verizon Wireless. The Cavaliers with the best record in the Eastern Conference, but they're without their leader. LeBron James will miss tonight's game with strep throat, as the Cavs will try and go on without him. With more on that, let's welcome in Lisa Salters. Hey, Lisa.
Well, Mike, we found out this morning that LeBron James was sick when he wasn't at the Cavaliers shoot-around. Apparently, he started feeling sick last night. Went to see a doctor today, had some tests done. The swabs came back positive for strep throat. Of course, strep throat, a common bacterial infection, causes sore, scratchy throat. It's also very contagious, spreads easily, so the Cavs are going to have to be careful to make sure that this is something that does not become an issue for the entire team. Mike.
Thank you, Lisa. So he is out of the starting lineups, which are brought to you by Taco Bell. And in the starting lineup for the Chicago Bulls, some changes because they made a trade at the trading deadline. Jaren Grant and Bobby Portis now in the starting lineup with Lopez, Butler, and Wade for Coach Fred Hoiberg. And meanwhile for the Cavaliers, 36-year-old Richard Jefferson will get his 7th start of the season in place of LeBron James. And Jefferson has been such a terrific addition to this team in his 16th year in the league. This is his 2nd year in Cleveland. No doubt he'll enjoy getting some extra minutes and getting a chance to start here tonight against Chicago. Hello, everyone, with Mark Jackson and Jeff Van Gundy, and of course Lisa Salters, Mike Breen on hand. 3rd meeting of the season between the two, and the Bulls have won the first 2, and that's with LeBron James playing. Iman Shumpert, first shot of the game won't go, and Grant the rebound. Chicago, we're going to see some of the new players tonight, including Cameron Payne and Joffrey Laverne, 2 players they received from Oklahoma City in their trade. Wade's first shot won't go. Anthony Morrow also in that trade. He might also play as well. So perhaps their first minutes with the Bulls. Channing Frye for 3.
And you look at this Cavalier team short of LeBron James, and it's easy to fall asleep and expect a layover game if you're the Bulls. But this is a group of players that are champions. They understand how to play the game of basketball. They're going to execute and not beat themselves.
Jimmy Butler misses. The Bulls played last night at home in Chicago. They had to go to overtime before beating the Phoenix Suns, and it was a game they trailed by 11 with 4.5 to go. Came back and won it in OT. Frye tries again. Frye in and out.
Devin Booker missed a free throw with 1.8 seconds. That would have given the lead in regulation.
He hit the first 2. He got fouled on a 3-pointer as Bobby Portis misses, and the Bulls start 0 for 3.
And by the way, you said you could fall asleep. I already have.
No. It's 90 seconds in. Kyrie Irving in and out, and Butler grabs it. The Bulls come in with a record of 29-29. They've won their last 3. They've been a good, solid home team. They've struggled on the road. They've lost 3 in a row away from the United Center. Grant tied up. Robin Lopez throws up a brick that time. And Chicago's still without a point. Irving finds Tristan Thompson. Richard Jefferson from the corner. A lot of rough shooting to start this one. The 2 teams now combined 1 for 9. Jimmy Butler with plenty of room. Irving the crossover, gets inside, floats it up, backs it home.
There are a lot of guys on this Cavs team, with all due respect, that need LeBron James to be effective and great. Kyrie Irving is not one of them. He's enhanced by it, but he is a spectacular basketball player that can create his own offense.
Ball knocked away, and Mark, you touched upon this early. We've seen him do things like this, but he's not just scoring this year. He's been a much better distributor.
Much better distributor. You see them missing shots early, but he can do this anytime he wants. He is as comfortable as I've ever seen a basketball player in traffic. Trapped, 3 guys around him. He has the basketball on a string as Lopez knocks down the jumper.
Robin Lopez might have to shoulder some of the more of the offensive responsibility now that Taj Gibson and Doug McDermott are both traded. Those were the 2 sent to Oklahoma City. Many thought Jimmy Butler might be traded. Obviously, many teams were interested. Kyrie Irving's jump shot off the mark. Lopez tips it, and Butler comes up with it. Wade to Lopez. Lopez spins. Throws up a wild shot. Channing Frye the rebound. Chicago now 1 for 7. Irving finds Channing Frye. Gets inside. Tried to draw some contact. Ball tipped and taken by Grant. Quick outlet to Butler. Grant steps up, tries the three, and nails it. Aaron Grant now the starting point guard. Rajon Rondo coming off the bench.
Good play by Butler, taking the double team and being a willing passer, finding Grant for the open jumper.
Shumpert, catch and shoot. A lot of short shots early.
Are you still awake, man?
How you doing?
I'm fine. I'm just waiting for the game to start.
You're allowed to chime in. Wade, scoop shot won't go, but he got foul bumped by Shumpert, so he'll go to the line. The trade, and there weren't that many, and certainly a lot of the big names didn't go, but Chicago getting Laverne, Morrow, and Cameron Payne. Payne the key to the deal for the Bulls. Meanwhile, Taj Gibson, Doug McDermott, and a second-round pick. 2 excellent pickups from Oklahoma City fitting in what they want to do. Overall, your thoughts on the trade, Jeff?
Oh, I like what Oklahoma City did. They desperately needed shooting. And Taj Gibson, he can start right away, and McDermott can add to their greatest weakness, which is shooting. I like Laverne. So Cameron Payne may have been the impetus for the trade, but I like Laverne the best.
Well, for me, if Oklahoma City got better, you got 2 of the top 7 players for the Chicago Bulls. Both guys in McDermott and Gibson can start at Oklahoma City if Billy Donovan so chooses, but certainly they're going to play, key roles. I thought it was a steal for Oklahoma City, and certainly the question is Cameron Payne. I like Laverne, his versatility. It's going to be very interesting, but Oklahoma City certainly put themselves in better position come playoff time in that Western Conference.
Channing Frye with his second three-pointer.
And Mike, everybody has different reasons for a trade. The Lakers got rid of Lou Williams not to help them win, but to help them lose, to keep their draft choice if it's in the top 3. The Bulls may well want into the lottery.
Well, right now there's 7. There's Payne on the right, Anthony Morrow on the left there. Payne, an interesting player, as Lopez badly misses, but the ball bounces off the head and hands of Irving, so Chicago will get it back. And Payne he's only 22 years old. He was the 14th selection back in 2015. Been playing backup to Russell Westbrook. He's had foot problems, but he really hasn't played enough to get a handle on just how good he can be. As Butler launches one, can't get it to go. Portis the rebound.
And that's what Chicago does well. They get on that offensive board.
Wade. Oh, pretty move from Dwayne Wade. Wake up, Jeff Van Gundy.
I was just thinking about Wade. You think he brought chicken noodle soup to LeBron today? Because I'm about to get him healed.
The 2 good friends always enjoy playing each other. Not to be tonight. Shumpert open. And rebound Grant.
Whatever happened to celebrating the game, my friend?
I am. I'm celebrating it.
Grant leans in. Nice fake to get rid of Irving. Can't connect. Lopez trying to tip it. Knocks it loose. Picked up by Thompson. Nearly stolen by Butler. Irving gets in the paint. Running shot. And he'll head to the free throw line. First free throws of the game for Cleveland.
Well, Mark Jackson says it all the time. 3rd best 2 guard of all time. Shows the shot. Dipsy-do. Avoids the shot block. Beautiful finish.
You still saying that? 3rd best, right?
Absolutely, and that's with all due respect to the great ones. I've played with some of them, and I've witnessed the majority of them. But this guy, what he's done throughout the course of his career, puts him behind the other 2.
And for those who haven't heard you, who is number 2?
What?
No, for those who haven't heard him, he has to say who they are.
Have they been born in the NBA era? Kobe Bryant.
Jelly Bean's son.
Okay, just want to let the people know.
And with all due respect, it's a gap between the first 2. And I love Dwayne Wade, but he's clearly the 3rd best in my opinion than those other 2 guys. I like the fact of respect. We don't even have to name number 1.
No.
Portis lines that up. High up and straight through. A 3-pointer for Bobby Portis. The Chicago Bulls are dead last in the NBA in 3-point percentage, 3-point makes a game, 3-point attempts. It's one of their weaknesses.
And, Mike, I was reading a stat today that said that no team who is last in all of those has made the playoffs in the last 10 years.
Right. In fact, you don't mind if I rewind for a second? I just want to make sure, do you agree or disagree with that list?
Well, fourth would be who? Jerry West, in your mind?
Yes.
So, you know, it's just a different era. So I can see why some people would say Jerry West third, but like for me, Dwayne Wade.
Wade drives and finishes. Wade had a sensational dunk last night in a game against Phoenix that his teammates seem to enjoy quite a bit. Irving steps back. He launches a three. That won't go. Butler grabs it. Butler back up top. Portis way off.
And Portis is a guy that had an outstanding summer.
Oh, Kyrie Irving.
Played extremely well during the course of the summer. The problem wasn't able to get quality minutes early on in the year. And looking right now, is this an opportunity for him to propel his future?
Well, with Taj Gibson now in OKC, he will really get a chance. Like many young players, been inconsistent. Lines that one up. He's been way off on a shot. 1 for 4. Shumpert, 2-pointer. And a timeout by Fred Hoiberg. 4.5 remaining here in the first. Dwayne Wade and the Bulls down 2.
I think feelings are different for everybody, to tell you the truth. For me, I don't worry about it. I don't think about it, because whatever's going to happen is going to happen. You can't control it. You don't make that deal. You go out there and control what you can control. You know, try to help your team win games, play to the best of your abilities. And if it just so happens you get traded, then you got to suit up and play for the next team.
Well, his name was in trade rumors or trade, what's the word you like
Gossip.
to use? Gossip. But it didn't happen. The Boston Celtics are one team that reportedly very interested in him. But Butler's still here. And the question is, guys, is Lopez backs in. Left-handed hook shot won't go. Why do you think the Bulls, because he still has several years on his contract remaining, it's not like he's going to be a free agent, why would you want to trade one of the best two-way players in the game? And he's still young. He's only 27 as Irving hits that.
Well, to me, it's looking at him, realizing what he can do on a basketball floor on both sides of the court and building around him pieces. But Coach and I always talked about this for a long time now. It's the worst place to be is in the middle. They're not a championship team right now, and they're not the worst team. They're stuck in the middle somewhere, and that's when you got to make those tough decisions. But to me, it's keeping him and building around him.
Well, and I think, Mike, those teams like Chicago, they're not going to give him up easily, but who's to say somebody doesn't throw a home run at him? You know, if they could have gotten Boston's first pick and Jay Crowder, another first, and I mean, I think you have to explore. And I think this is what, when you're talking about, I think there's a naivety out there. Every player's talked about. I don't care. General managers are lying when they say we're not trading him. No, you just haven't found the deal that you want to trade him for. Everybody's tradable in this league.
And if you're a general manager, an offensive foul call on Shumpert, you're not doing your due diligence if you don't look to every possible deal that could help your team both now and in the future.
LeBron James not getting traded. That's not going to happen.
Curry and Durant.
He's not getting traded.
NBA Saturday Primetime on ABC, presented by Verizon Wireless. Verizon, join a better network because better matters.
Time for tonight's Fresh Take, brought to you by Subway. We're welcome back to Cleveland. Cavs lead by 4. And just to give you an idea of my world during the timeout, yes, we went to commercial, but these two continued to debate the entire time, going back and forth. And you mentioned about you're not going to trade LeBron James, but you said even LeBron James could be traded.
Everybody can be traded for the right package. And Mark's right. And if Curry and Durant are free agents, Cleveland wouldn't probably trade them. But if they were signed, they'd have LeBron on the highway to, if it was 2 for 1, he'd be former Cleveland Cavalier.
No, he would not. This guy's a fantasy GM over here. You just finished documenting as gossip, and you started your own gossip.
I didn't say it was happening. I'm saying everybody else. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar got traded.
So did Will Chamberlain
anybody could be traded. And it's naive of players. All teams should on the first day have a meeting and say, everyone will be talked about throughout the year. We owe it to our organization. That's just how it is.
You're right about that, but LeBron James is not getting traded. This is a special situation.
Rondo misses the three-pointer.
Mike, I really love when he gets silent. That's basically his way of saying, you got a point there, my friend.
Derek Williams, recent signing, a couple of 10-day contracts with the Cavs, has fit in rather nicely. Butler being guarded by Kyrie Irving. Blocks it from behind. But it all goes to Mirotic, who got hit. Mirotic, Rondo. Denzel Valentine, the rookie from Michigan State, in the game now with Lopez.
Good job by Kyrie getting back into the picture, blocking the shot attempts of Butler, but clearly contact underneath and Mirotic going to the line.
Mirotic, one of the younger Bulls that they hope to build with, misses the free throw. Cristiano Felicio will check in. Second-year man from Brazil. Lopez will take a seat.
I thought we had an interesting conversation earlier as far as, do you tell your star player, your superstar player, if there's action around his name as far as involvement in trades? And to me, if you're going to ask him to be part of free agency and take his input in adding guys, then you owe him the right and respect to talk to him when he's involved.
And I think it all depends on the individual player and his agent's level of maturity and how much they can handle the truth and how much truth you expose them to.
Rondo finds Butler, shot clock at 7. Korver just in the game missed that three-pointer, but he has been so hot recently. Rondo slips inside and lays it in off the glass.
And if you're Kay Felder, you cannot close to him as a shooter and give him what he wants, which is the drive.
Felder, the rookie from Oakland University, drives inside. Can't finish that time. Here comes Rondo the other way. Rondo goes right at Channing Frye, and I'm backing up, and he commits the foul.
You have to have discipline to who you're guarding. And to get beat off the dribble when Rondo catches it behind the three-point line is a mistake by young Kay Felder.
First foul on Felder. Rondo to the line. They're 0 for 4 from the line. 2 for 8 from 3 and 7 from 23 overall. Upcoming NBA national TV schedule. NBA TV tomorrow. Tripleheader from Milwaukee, from OKC, and from Los Angeles. TNT on Monday. First of 5 players-only TNT doubleheaders. All commentators for the games in studio will be former players from Cleveland and from Houston. That's your guys' dream. No play-by-play guys. You've always wanted that.
Who are the guys, the play-by-play guys from Houston?
No, it's all players.
Oh, I know, that's what I'm saying. But who are they former Houston players or just TNT guys?
No, TNT guys.
Oh,
But Mike, we value what you bring to the table. There's no side of us that want to do it ourselves.
No, there's a small side somewhere.
You're our Bron. Seriously.
I'm blushing. 20-18, Cleveland leading by 2. Rondo drives inside again, scoots in, and with the left hand, Rondo being very aggressive against the rookie Felder. Been an interesting year for Rondo. Lost his starting lineup, or starting job, now coming off the bench. Fred Hoiberg likes what he's doing with that second unit. Korver to James Jones. Derek Williams gets inside, showing that athletic ability. The former number 2 overall pick back in the 2011 draft. Start of the season in Miami. We'll let him go and then sign the 10 days here in Cleveland. Mirotic for 3. And the first quarter will come to an end. With all the struggles shooting the ball early, Chicago, after 1, leading by 1. Cavs trying to win without LeBron James tonight here in Cleveland.
Welcome back to Cleveland, where the visiting Bulls are up by 1 after 1. Fred, it's the second night of a back-to-back for you guys. How did your team look to you in that first quarter?
Well, it wasn't real pretty early on the offensive end. I thought we had some really good looks. We just didn't convert on them. I did like our intensity on the defensive end. It kept us in it when we weren't making shots. That Rondo did a good job coming in, getting to the rim, and then finding Nico on that last play for a 3.
Now, you got some new players acquired at the trade deadline. How will you work them in tonight, especially Payne and LeBron?
Well, we're going to get Cam Payne in there pretty quick here in the second quarter. I'm excited about our guys. They're all great teammates, and talking to people that have been around them, and hopefully they'll be great in the Bulls uniform.
All right, thank you, Coach. Back to you, Mike.
Thank you, Lisa. Felder to Korver. Korver off the screen. Can't get it to fall. Korver has been as hot as anybody in the league shooting threes in the last 11 or 12 games. This is his 21st game with the Cavs. And talk about perfect fit, Mark.
Well, they do a very good job, T. Lou and the staff, and also the players. A beautiful feed from Rondo. Running action for him, putting him in position where he's coming off screens and looking for him. He's very effective, and he's a knockdown shooter. Gives an added dimension to this Cavs team.
Felder try to get it inside. Ball poked away. Felicio comes up with it. And here's Cameron Payne, his first minutes as a Bull. Valentine, coming off one of his better games, knocks down the 3. They love Valentine's competitiveness. He was a terrific player at Michigan State. Played the most minutes of his brief NBA career last night. Played 34, had 15 points.
He had 5 threes, Mike. And that shot right there for a team that really has struggled to shoot from range, that's big. Kay Felder is really struggling right now.
Thompson picks it up, shot clock winding down. Thompson, turn around, shot is good! Tristan Thompson as the shot clock expires. Even Felicio had a big smile on his face. That's obviously not Thompson's game. The game he does play, he has been fabulous recently. 4 consecutive double-doubles. Payne turns it over. Felder goes right at Mirotic. Rebound Thompson. That's what he does best. Can't get it to fall. Gets it again. And then throws it back up. Korver. Quick release. Hits a 3.
I thought a poor job by Felder in transition. Had James Jones running the lane. Tried to finish, but great decision by Tristan Thompson. Crashing the boards and finding Korver.
Rondo very aggressive, looking for a shot. He thought he got fouled. Mirotic takes it away, and it gets poked in the face as Felder picks up his second. Make that 1 on Felder, my mistake.
The value of Tristan Thompson, keeping the basketball alive. An elite offensive rebounder. Look at the pursuit of the basketball, recognition, finding a shooter, and Korver does the rest.
Keeping his playing streak alive, too. And another one now. 427 consecutive games he has played. That's 5 straight years without missing a single game.
He's going to be banned from the Players Union if he continues to play every game.
Why are you just going to put it on the players? There's coaches making decisions, too, around this league.
No, I know that, but I'm just saying, like, players are going to be outraged. Why doesn't he ever need a rest? Oh, Cat got your tongue now.
To me. Let me just explain to you, Tim. You're on fire tonight, by the way. But to me, I wanted to play. I wanted to play all the time.
Who doesn't? I don't understand. I can understand practice. I can. But coming out here and playing in front of this great crowd.
James Jones with a 3-pointer. That's 4 threes for the Cavs. Only Houston makes more threes per game. Payne to Mirotic. Guarded by Jones. Mirotic doing that nice stroke. He's now 3 for 4 from the field. 8 points in 8 minutes off the bench.
I had a chance to talk to Fred Hoiberg before the game. Say, what do you like about your young players? He said they compete at a high level. They love the game of basketball, and they're determined and dedicated to getting better. And you can see their energy and effort on the floor.
There's Williams, drives, kicks. Jones left open again and hits again. The veteran James Jones gives the Cavs a 1-point lead and forces a timeout by Hoiberg and the Bulls.
Well, he may not be as known, but James Jones as a spot-up shooter is absolutely elite.
It's time for Better Decisions, brought to you by PlayStation View. The new members of the Chicago Bulls coming from OKC. Anthony Morrow has not played yet. Joffrey Laverne set to check in shortly. And Cameron Payne has started. As we mentioned, Payne is really the centerpiece. You're going to get a good long look at him. Can he be one of the key point guards? He had right foot surgery in July. Missed the first, like a good portion of the season, about 37 games to start this season. Payne's from Memphis, Tennessee, played his college ball at Murray State. A terrific player. Only there 2 years, but his sophomore year, he was the Ohio Valley Conference MVP, averaged over 20 a game. And still learning the NBA. Again, didn't get real consistent minutes backing up Russell Westbrook. Wade back in the game. Finds Payne. Cameron Payne knocks down the three-pointer. And the Bulls bench 21 of their 35 points. Korver. Jones. Again, James Jones is 3 for 3 from the field.
But you see the Bulls called the timeout, and the reason why is too many open looks to Jones and to Korver. You come out of the timeout in the same way. You look at this lineup for Cavs, who's going to hurt you?
Felder to Williams. And a highlight play thus far. Felder's hustle helped force that turnover. And then the perfect feed to the trailer. That got the crowd fired up. Mirotic somehow got that shot off, thought he was hit, and banked it home. They just showed the replay of Williams' slam. Crowd enjoying it a second time. Jones finds Thompson for the two-hander. Some nice passing last couple of minutes.
I love it because people probably think James Jones is here because he's been with LeBron James. The guy can play. He stays ready. He's an ultimate pro, and he's a champion. Outstanding job in this first half.
Korver. Thompson wants a clear out. Across the lane, back up Felder. Felder fakes, drives, throws it away. Valentine fouled by Jones before the shot attempt. Second foul on James Jones. Wednesday night NBA doubleheader on ESPN. Two excellent games. First, the Cavs and Celtics from Boston, and then the Rockets and Clippers from LA. Coverage begins with NBA Countdown at 7.
What a trade Houston made to get Lou Williams. They're already a great scoring team, but now they're protected against injury, foul trouble.
He did fairly well in his first game with the team with 27. Making a nice move there from Dwayne Wade. All tied again as we're midway through the second.
And the reason why I like the trade is the things you do with James Harden on the offensive end. You can put Lou Williams in that same situation and run some of the same action, and a guy that gets to the line.
Korver. Oh, Korver drills a three-pointer. That's his second.
This is a shooting exhibition.
They've made their last 7 shots from the field. Korver's just tied Vince Carter. Actually, just moved ahead of Vince Carter into 6th place on the all-time three-point list as Cameron Payne knocks down another.
And again, Payne has not shot the ball well in his time so far in the NBA, but if he can do that, what a boost it would be to the Bulls.
On a runner, a foul, and we'll have a timeout. 5:09 remaining in the second. Intensity's heated up a bit here in Cleveland. Let's check out who is in the zone. Brought to you by AutoZone. It's 36-year-old James Jones.
They're doing a poor job of defending him. A knockdown shooter, leaving him plenty of room for wide open shots. Great job by the Cavs setting him up, but not just setting him up. He's making plays for other guys. They pay attention to him. The beautiful pocket drop-off pass from Tristan Thompson. Stellar first half thus far for Jones.
Jones now in his 14th year in the league. This is his 3rd year with Cleveland. It's a guy 1 year when he played with Portland. He was 3rd in the NBA in three-point percentage. He's played for Indiana, Phoenix, Portland, Miami. And like LeBron James, he's been to 6 consecutive finals. He was with LeBron James in Miami. He's got himself 3 rings. And you look back, it was back in 2008. This is now 8.5 years ago. He ruptured his right wrist, a tendon in his right wrist. And it was such a difficult surgery and rehab after that he almost retired. That's back in 2008. And that's before he won his 3 championship rings. LeBron James called him the greatest teammate he's ever had.
That's saying a lot. LeBron James has had a lot of teammates and been around a lot of great players and quality guys. To make that statement says a lot about Jones. And he still has plenty in the tank. If you have the ability, a gift, the ability to shoot the basketball, teams can utilize that.
Korver pokes it away, and it's what you guys talk about. Jones he might not play for 2 weeks, but all of a sudden, because of an injury or foul trouble, he gets called upon. He's ready.
Well, you watch him shoot before games. I mean, it is pure.
5 to shoot. Wade gets the pass, drives underneath, and a foul. Gorgeous move from Wade. And a chance for a 3-point play as the Bulls go back up by 2.
Well, nice cut by Wade. Shows the shot. And Korver fouls him. 3-point play opportunity.
See Wade smiling a bit this year. He said watching Kobe Bryant go through the whole retirement tour last year made him realize, you know, you're not going to be playing forever. It's going to come a time soon, and he wants to appreciate all the time he has left. Irving to Korver. Nice fake to get away from Butler. Little floater is good. Kyle Korver, 8 points off the bench.
I've watched this Cavs team quite a bit, and you obviously know that Kyle Korver is a shooter. But what I love about him is the way he competes on the defensive end. Will never be known as a great defender, but he understands the assignment, he understands game plan discipline, and he competes at a high level.
And he's big. People underestimate his length and size.
Nice feed inside. Wade to Lopez. Lopez can't finish, and Thompson takes it away. Irving.
This guy's giving me vertigo. Start, stop, hitch. I mean, what change of speed and direction?
They've hit 9 shots in a row, now shooting 56% from the field. As Irving went for the steal and tumbled, Lopez able to complete it. Both teams have a nice offensive groove going right now. Irving not that time. Mirotic mistimed his jump and deflected it out, so a new 24.
I mean, watch it. I mean, hitch, start, stop, step back. I mean, that is nice.
If you had to describe his handle with one word, what would it be?
Elite. Lit. I would go with lit. That's what the kids say. Thank you for the lob.
That's very nice.
Somewhere, my oldest is cowering.
Wade the floater. Dwayne Wade in double figures. He's got 11. Again, if you're just tuning in, no LeBron James tonight. Strep throat. Home. Channing Frye, little fake, can't get to the fall. Cameron Payne. Payne finds Lopez. Jefferson guarding Payne. Lopez goes right at Channing Frye. And a travel. Timeout. Under 3 to play. Second quarter in Cleveland. Bulls still with the lead.
NBA Saturday Primetime on ABC, presented by Verizon Wireless. Brought to you by the Lincoln Motor Company.
Welcome back to NBA Saturday Primetime, presented by Verizon Wireless. here in Cleveland, Ohio. The Cavs trailing the Bulls 49-46. Cleveland trying to win without LeBron James tonight. Bulls playing with some of their new members acquired in the trade about 30 minutes before the trading deadline as Cameron Payne fouls Shumpert. Meanwhile, Kyle Korver right now, one more three-pointer, and he'll tie Jamal Crawford and Vince Carter. Carter hit a couple last night to move into a tie for 5th all-time. So he hits 2, and he'll be 5th all alone. He holds the single-season record for highest three-point percentage. Shot just under 54% one year as Jefferson goes baseline and finishes.
You're Fred Hoiberg, you got to be pleased. You're up 1, a little over 2 minutes to go in this half, and Jimmy Butler has not scored a basket yet.
Butler right on cue. He was 0 for 5. Meanwhile, Joffrey Laverne, one of the other players from OKC, in his 3rd year out of France, played his first 2 years with Denver and then a half year with OKC. Jeff, you say you like him, number 77.
I do. I think he's a hard-playing guy. I think obviously he's got a lot to learn. Not that experienced yet.
Korver now tied for 5th all-time with Carter and Crawford, and that's his 3rd of the game.
But Laverne can shoot. He's got a bigger body. I think he's going to do fine.
He started to get some nice minutes because of injuries in OKC. Misses his first shot as a member of the Bulls. Laverne played in Rio in the Olympics for France this summer. Jefferson catch and shoot. That's good. That's their 8th three-pointer of the first half, and the Cavs back up by 2.
You got to give Richard Jefferson a lot of credit for the way he's taking care of his body throughout the course of his career. There was a point he was committed to retiring, committed to only playing, and I covered Nets games when he played there, committed to only playing a couple more years. The guy's a champion.
Well, he has been so, nice feed inside. Fry can't finish. What a gorgeous pass from Kyrie Irving. Wade across the lane. And an offensive foul is going to be called. I think Laverne pushed off. Got the H&R Block halftime report. Michelle, of course, has Michael, and now the Magic Johnson is running the Lakers. Paul Pierce filling in tonight on an off night for the Clippers.
The truth. Future Hall of Famer, Paul Pierce.
Tell you what, he did some of that last year during the playoffs. He wants to. He's got a future in this stuff.
Why are you looking at Jeff and I?
Because I'd look at you a lot.
You look like you wanted to get rid of us.
No.
Mike's churned through broadcasting partners, believe me. You know, a lot was talked about with Paul Pierce by Draymond Green. We heard that clip that he was no Kobe Bryant. And I'll tell you this, as a beautiful finish by Irving. I don't know what was said before that, but just because Paul Pierce is going out now, not playing at all really for the Clippers, it doesn't undersell what a great career he had.
You preaching.
So was it disrespectful?
I don't know. I don't know what was said to Draymond Green. I wasn't there for that.
It was disrespectful. And Draymond's a great guy and obviously a great player as Wade knocks it down, but it was disrespectful.
Both teams with 8 three-pointers. Irving drive, shot clock winding down, can't get it to go. And that will end the second quarter. High scoring first half. Kyrie Irving with 14 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. Meanwhile, Dwayne Wade had a good night last night in the overtime win against Phoenix. He's got 14 points in the first half tonight. Up next, the H&R Block halftime report. Michelle, Michael, and Paul Pierce up next. Welcome back to NBA Saturday Primetime, presented by Verizon Wireless. Couple of players mic'd up for us tonight.
Yep, let's get this. Let's get it. Together. 1, 2, 3, together. Good shot, Channing. Go. Hey, way to rebound, Kai. Way to rebound. Hey, way to rebound. Way to do everything out there. No, you're good. Keep playing. Next play, Kay. Next play. You're good. Next play. It was a good switch on the initial one when y'all two came together. It's a good switch.
It's the shot you got to take. You just got to take it. Because the defense, give it a take it, miss it, I'll get the rebound. I'll get the rebound.
My bad on the turnover. No, you good. Remember what I told you. All else fails, shoot it.
Some good leadership and spirit from Jimmy Butler and Tristan Thompson as we look at the first half stats brought to you by Geico. Both teams shot the ball well, especially in that second quarter, each with 8 threes. Not a lot of turnovers, so the offensive efficiency was strong by both teams on a 56-55 first half as we get set for the third quarter. Hi again, everyone, with Mark Jackson and Jeff Van Gundy, Mike Breen on hand. Lisa Salters with us as well. Without LeBron James, you were down. You were lethargic to start, but the game turned you around. It turned into a good competitive first half.
It was actually a very well-played first half. Low turnovers, low fouls, good shooting.
I think both teams got to do a better job that second quarter, giving up 32 and 34 points. The team that begins to get multiple stops will win this game.
We saw Cameron Payne, Joffrey Laverne start their first game or have their first minutes for their new team. That's got to be hard without any real practices to be thrown right in.
You know what, though? But a lot of teams play in flow now. They don't come down and call sets. So you're just playing like basketball out of principles. And I think both teams have looked very, very good.
Meanwhile, without LeBron James, that's a lot of points for the Cavs to score without, you know, as good a guy as there is in the world.
Well, they still have an elite scorer in Kyrie Irving, and they did a great job of recognizing how to utilize James Jones and also Kyle Korver off of that bench.
All right, let's check in with Lisa Salters. Hey, Lisa.
Hey, Michael. I was just talking to Fred Hoiberg, and he said overall he's pleased with the way his team played offensively in that first half. He said defensively, closing the quarter, they really spread us out at the end of the second quarter, and we've got to get to their shooters with more urgency. I also asked him, how will you get Jimmy Butler going in this second half? And he says, hopefully that starts right now. He says, but really I'm not worried about it. He's playing very unselfishly with 7 assists. He says, I think he'll get going on his own. Mike.
Thank you, Lisa. And that's one of the areas where Butler has become such a good player. He's had a couple of games recently where he shot the ball poorly, but he still had steals. He had assists, he had rebounds, gets to the free throw line, even though he wasn't shooting well, can still contribute on games where he doesn't shoot the ball well. Irving shooting the ball well. Now 7 of 12 from the field. He's got 17. Jaren Grant. Wade touch pass to Portis. And Portis starting in place of the traded Taj Gibson. Taj Gibson was a fan favorite in Chicago. Terrific player. As Irving misses that. I don't know if you guys saw it, he on Instagram, he wrote a thank you to the city of Chicago, to the fans, to the organization. Talk about a guy who just gets it, one of the all-time pros. It was really a heartwarming message that he gave to the fans in the city.
Mike, he's a New York guy. That's how we do it.
Brooklyn.
But to give him credit, I mean, he's been a pro from day one. When they've been a great team with championship aspirations, when they've had a tough time, he's been a pro from day one. And it's good to see him have a chance to play with a team that's going to be dangerous.
26th pick in the draft. Great pick by the Bulls out of USC.
You saw that graphic there. He was the final guy from that team. And Chicago going a bit of a transition in terms of now with Joakim Noah and Derrick Rose gone. Gibson now leads. It was so good for so long. Right now 7th in the Eastern Conference, 29 and 29. They're only a game back of 6th. They're only a game ahead of 8th.
Listen, they've had Chicago always plays Cleveland well. They're 2-0 against them this year. Having a chance here to win again tonight. You know, you tried out Jimmy Butler and Dwayne Wade in the playoffs, and no one's going to rest easy if you're like Boston Celtics.
And an underrated guy is Lopez. What he does on a nightly basis. He's a load to defend, can hit the mid-range jump shot, and an underrated post player.
Nice strip by Shumpert, took it away from Wade. Shumpert drives, finds Jefferson. Jefferson getting the start for LeBron James tonight, but lost the ball. Somehow deflects it to Shumpert. The pass goes to Thompson. This has been an ugly possession so far. Well, they still have the ball. Shot clock at 6. Irving crossover inside, off the glass. Sensational move from Kyrie Irving.
My goodness. That's not fair.
He's become as unguardable as anybody in the league. Jaren Grant can't get it to fall. Jefferson the rebound. Throws it ahead. Irving. And the ball kicked by Grant.
You got any words for this?
No. Look at this. And it's not just the handle. It's then the ability to finish in multiple different ways, over, undersized.
With either hand.
Jump shot is good.
Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable basketball player.
Brett Hoiberg calls timeout. He can beat you on the drive. He can beat you off the dribble. He can knock down the 3. The unstoppable Kyrie Irving with 21 points in 19 minutes tonight.
Cavs up 6, and it's the Kyrie Irving show. Dance. Do that dance, Gator. The ability to get to his spot. Handling that basketball on a string. Says to Robin Lopez, allow me to have this dance. Excuse me. Stop on a dime, give him 9 cents change, and finishes with either hand. Beautiful, beautiful basketball by Irving.
You said 3 things in that one description that I have no idea what you're talking about. What's that dance on me, Gator? What is that?
It's a line from a movie.
Oh.
Do the right thing.
Okay.
He paid him to basically dance. If you do a dance move, I give you some money. But Kyrie Irving is special. You understood that, right?
I do that.
Shumpert misses. Wade the rebound. Wade three-pointer off the mark. And Channing Frye does a good job holding off Lopez. Irving not just at 21 points, but he's got 7 rebounds, 5 assists. Wade pass ahead to Butler in stride. Beautiful feed from Wade.
That is a beautiful pass.
That's his 5th assist as well. Mark Irving having the kind of game that you said at the top what he needed to do as Frye misses without LeBron James.
Well, to give this team a chance to win, he's got to be special. Not just scoring, but also getting guys involved. And he's done a very good job of picking and choosing when to be aggressive as a scorer and when to make plays for his teammates.
Lopez aggressive there. He's 5 of 10, double figures. Second player for the Bulls in double figures.
And that was a big loss for the Knicks. You're right. He did a good job for them.
Frye goes right at Portis. Butler turns and shoots. Butler just 3 of 9 from the field. Guarding Kyrie Irving now. Thompson sets the screen. Frye catch and shoot. Another rebound, Wade. Another outlet pass to Portis. Perfect feed again from Dwayne Wade for his 6th assist. And 8 straight points now for Chicago. They've regained the lead.
Assists that lead to layups are absolutely critical. 2 times in this half, hitting people in stride for transition dunks. Dwayne Wade. Beautiful baseball pass.
NBA Saturday Primetime on ABC, presented by Verizon Wireless. Brought to you by State Farm, here to help life go right.
Upcoming national TV schedule, NBA TV tomorrow, triple header from Milwaukee, from OKC, and from Los Angeles, and then TNT on Monday. First of 5 players only TNT doubleheaders, where all the commentators for the games in studio will be former players. They'll be in Cleveland and in Houston. Irving finds Frye. Shumpert, open look, in and out. Wade having a terrific all-around game. 14 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. Wade, sidestep, back up top. Jaren Grant lines it up and hits. For a team that's dead last in three-point shooting mark, they're 9 of 18 from that range.
Got another fine play by Dwayne Wade. That's out of the timeout, designed and simply made the play.
And great relocation by Grant to get to the open area.
11 straight points now. Irving flips it up off the glass.
You know, but they've put Jimmy Butler on him in a cross-match situation to try to get that size and strength. Chicago did the same thing down the stretch when they played Boston, guarding Isaiah Thomas.
But the difference is when you look at Kyrie Irving and his ability to handle the basketball, that size and strength does not bother him the same way.
Wade tripped up by Shumpert. Third on Shumpert.
Well, as Mark said, Wade does a good job. They misdirection, good high screen by Lopez, and then watch how Grant moved from the slot on one side to the slot on the other side to give Wade a clear passing angle, and a nice shot by Jerry and Grant.
Butler to Lopez. Lopez spins right into Jefferson, who couldn't quite come away with it. Butler lines up the three and knocks it down as the shot clock expires. A 6-point lead now. That equals the largest lead for either team. They both have led by 6 at some point. 12-point turnaround, though, here in this third quarter. Irving can't finish that time. Lopez able to corral. Butler again. Back-to-back threes for Jimmy Butler. It's a 9-point Chicago lead.
Give this Bulls team a lot of credit. They came ready to play. Got a tough win last night. Didn't fall in love with it. They're competing tonight.
Shumpert nearly threw it away. Instead gets it back. Irving all alone. Kyrie Irving with 26. Well, the Bulls have beaten them twice already this season, including their first trip here to Cleveland. That was back in January during that rough month for the Cavaliers when they had the losing record for the month of January. Wade finds an open spot. Season high 8 rebounds for Irving. Long three.
Not a good shot by Kyrie Irving on that last possession. I'd much rather have him handle the basketball and get shots under his turn.
Butler can't hit. Thompson his 7th rebound. Shumpert drives past Wade, who has to foul him. Make sure he doesn't get a quality shot off as Wade picks up his first. And Shumpert will go to the line. Next week on ABC, our NBA Saturday primetime, presented by Verizon Wireless, will be in Chicago. The Bulls will host the LA Clippers. Blake Griffin. And now Chris Paul, who's back. Coverage begins with NBA Countdown at 8 Eastern. Tip-off shortly after 8:30. Clippers, what a way to start after the All-Star break. Golden State, San Antonio.
What a way to start giving up 50 points in a quarter. I think about it, playing for Coach Jeff Van Gundy. If we would have came in after giving up 50 points in a quarter.
I would have said, hey, you just keep trying out there. Keep working.
Are you serious?
Bring it in.
Are you serious?
I've been positive. You know that.
You know, one time I can't even tell you what the things this guy did was unbelievable as a coach. Great motivator, and
not for the children out there, I'm sure.
Yes.
Butler to Rondo. Butler makes his move, fires, can't hit. Shumpert tips it to himself, and then is fouled. Talking about, we have more substitutions. Talking about giving up a lot of points. Did you enjoy the All-Star game?
You know, Mike, I think the players have left the commissioner only one thing to do with the All-Star game: abolish it.
No, the fans love the All-Star game.
No, they don't. No one does. No one loves it, Mike. They don't try. You know what makes NBA basketball great is when you see great player trying to stop another great player and he makes an incredible shot. That had as much interesting factor as layup lines before the game because that's as much defense as resistance as was given. There's nothing compelling nor interesting about layup lines. There's nothing compelling nor interesting about the All-Star game anymore, and that's why the commissioner needs to abolish it.
And I agree with you. I don't agree that the commissioner needs to abolish All-Star.
It's not his fault. The players are saying, we don't want to play.
No, I don't think that's what they're saying. I think it's a new school mentality, and I think they understand now. It's not like they played great defense for 48 minutes in the old school All-Star game.
No.
They realized when it was time to turn it on and put on a show as far as great basketball. That's what these guys have to understand.
Derek Williams, three-pointer in and out.
But I always hear this thing. We're trying to entertain. You got to entertain the fans. You know how you entertain the fans? By trying and playing, just playing basketball. You don't, like you said, it doesn't have to be at 110 like a playoff game. But can we get to 80%?
Felicio fouled on a nice setup from Rondo.
I want to say this: as a Division III player, I could have gotten in my prime. I could have gotten 20 in that All-Star game because it's not like anybody's in your way. You're shooting open shots or you dribble the ball. Everybody gets out of your way. Hey, Brendan Wynn from Nazareth could have had 50.
I got a question.
What?
What do you mean what? What could you have gotten today in that All-Star game?
None.
No, you could have scored. You could have scored. I know your work.
I see that stance. That's at number 11.
That's Robbie Benson in one-on-one right there. That's getting it done.
And he got lit too. He got lit up too.
Well, there were no defensive stances in the All-Star game.
Listen, Mike, I don't think the commissioner has a choice. It's like the Pro Bowl was a couple years back when no one wanted to tackle. What are you supposed to do if you're the commissioner? Well, because people get the wrong idea that that's NBA basketball. If you only turn in and you watch very sporadically, you can say, well, they don't even try.
Well, first off, there are still the young kids love watching dunks and stuff like that. So there's still a lot of fans to do.
Derek Williams dunk, everyone loves to watch. Layup line dunks, no one cares about that.
I guarantee you, this is the funny thing about it. If we put you to a lie detector test, I will go out on a limb and say you fail, saying that you watched the All-Star game.
No, I try to, and then I watch the highlights of all the plays. Steph Curry laying down on the ground as who was that guy going into
the Greek Freak?
I don't understand it. I don't think that's what NBA basketball is all about.
And I'll say this, in fairness, is disrespect to the history of the game. When you can get Anthony Davis to become the all-time leading scorer in the history of All-Star game and win the MVP, and he's an outstanding player, for surpass Wilt, he didn't do it in the same fashion. But when did we celebrate the game? When did you become so?
You just said I wasn't very supportive after bad.
I mean, you just wanted them to abolish the All-Star game. You compared it to the no tackling of the NFL All-Star game. It's not the same thing.
Listen, the players are speaking loudly by their actions. They don't want to play.
Well, let's try and come up with some suitable things.
You know what I think they should do? If they keep the game, which I'm sure they will. Let's auction off the head coaching spots for charity instead of making the coaches go sit through the travesty that is the All-Star game. I think they could make a couple $1 million.
I don't agree with that. You can auction off a seat on the bench. Don't auction off the coaches. I mean, if I'm Steve Kerr,
he don't want to do that.
No, that's not true. Guess what? I'm around the best players in the world. I guarantee you that had an effect in Kevin Durant going to the Golden State Warriors, being around Steve Kerr in the All-Star game and watching how he goes about his business. If you're the coach of the All-Star team, what better platform than to be around these guys that's going to one day be in front of you and you're selling to them, I want you to play for me. There goes that quietness again, Mike.
Hey, you might be right, but
Butler kicks it out to Valentine as we return to game action.
But I like
Felicio, the rebound inside. Valentine, layup is good.
But I really like the idea, Mike, of the honorary coach. Let's make some money for charity and for great causes.
And I like Felicio. He is big, he's strong, and he is active.
Tymeout, Tyronn Lue. An 11-point lead for Chicago, trying to beat the Cavs for the third time this year. During Black History Month, the NBA and its teams and players celebrate the rich heritage of black history and culture, as well as its impact on basketball and society. We honor those who have paved the way for others and those who carry on this tradition today by working to build stronger, safer communities. And the great Jim Brown was introduced to the crowd during a halftime, and what a thunderous ovation that Jim Brown received. So beloved here in the city of Cleveland.
Really opportunity to appreciate greatness. One thing I liked is as the players came out to warm up, Kyrie Irving left from warming up, went to half court and acknowledged.
Been a long time since Jim Brown and the Browns won a championship, another title, until last year, where LeBron James brought back a championship to the city of Cleveland. Pass inside, Derek Williams throws it down. A minute remaining here in the third.
Now this is a crucial.
By the way, those other two gentlemen, John Carlos and Herb Douglas, two former Olympians. John Carlos, of course, as Rondo knocks down the jumper.
A lot of history with those three guys standing at half court. I like I said, Kyrie Irving going over and acknowledging. Just a way of saying thank you, and I appreciate you guys.
Ball deflected out of bounds.
Well, I was about to say, this is a crucial period for the Bulls. They played exceptionally well. They competed at a high level. In the first half, they made mistakes with James Jones and Kyle Korver on the floor defensively. If you execute offensively, make sure you're disciplined defensively and don't give up those same shots.
Butler for three, and after a rough start, Butler warming up here now. He's got 13 points here in the third quarter. 87-73. Chicago's gone up by 14. Liggins kicks it out. James Jones just gets it up in time. That's his third three-pointer. He's 4 for 4 from the field tonight. Final seconds, Rondo. That will not count. Ball goes in, but it came after the buzzer. The officials will check it, but it appeared it was late. Meanwhile, Jimmy Butler and the Bulls trying to take advantage of no LeBron James tonight. And they had a big third quarter as the NBA Saturday Primetime presented by Verizon Wireless continues after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
Welcome back to Quicken Loans Arena. Ty, you're down 11. You told us before the game that without LeBron, you were going to have some challenges. What's been the biggest challenge so far?
Well, when we get Kyrie off the floor, having someone to play make and get us into our sets. But, we're doing okay. Kay Felder came in, did better in the second half. The party was in. Riggs came in and made a great pass. So we're doing okay.
I mean, you said it. Kyrie's doing his thing with 26 points. Who are you going to need some offense from in this fourth quarter to get a win? Well,
to start the fourth quarter, try to get something out of Kyle Korver, but they're trying to switch out on everything he does. So we've got to figure out different ways of getting the basketball.
All right, thank you, Ty. Mike?
Kyrie Irving, 26 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. As Irving having to pick up a lot of extra responsibility with LeBron James out. There was a clock malfunction at the end of the third. They timed it. And they're going to count this basket. Now watch Rondo puts this up. Now he doesn't get it off in time according to the clock, but the clock did not start on time. It was a malfunction. The officials went back, looked at it, timed it as if the clock started on time, and because of the actual time, not the one that was on the clock, the ball he released in time. Clock hasn't started.
But my problem with that is DeAndre Liggins stopped playing defense.
Right.
So and Rondo threw up a crazy shot because he knew it was late. So
what they did is they started the clock early, and that's why Rondo thought he had more time. We have a moving screen.
To me, the best thing in that situation is to play that time all over again.
Now watch here. Clock stops after a made basket. It's already started, and the ball's still in Mirotich's hands. Rondo had much more time, flipped it up. And the Bulls right away said, hey, wait a minute. And the officials wisely went back, timed it themselves, and Rondo able to get the shot off in time. That jumper won't go. So it was a 13-point lead for Chicago to start the fourth quarter. And that's still the same score, 89-76. James Jones, not that time. Thompson's follow won't go. And here comes Rondo. Rondo has 12 points. Wade drills the jumper. 16 for Wade.
You know, there were people talking about Rondo's career was over with. I never felt that way. Or were there issues here in Chicago? But the guy can flat out run a team. He's not your traditional guard that you expect today, scoring the basketball, but he knows how to play with pace, get guys involved, and defends.
Thompson misses trying to fight. Valentine does a good job knocking it in play. Rondo led the league in assists last year. Averaged almost 12 assists per game playing for Sacramento. Williams, foul by Valentine.
I like how aggressive Rondo's been tonight, though. Decisive, looking for a shot.
Well, Valentine picks up his second. Derek Williams, they call it in the act of shooting.
Shooting two, Derek Williams.
Williams 6 points off the bench. So Derek Williams, as we mentioned, signed him a 10-day contract. Williams was the second overall pick in 2011. Kyrie Irving was the first overall pick in 2011, and Tristan Thompson was the fourth in that draft. "90 seconds gone by. It's a 13-point Chicago lead. Can the Cavs come back without LeBron James? Wade struggling with his dribble. Williams putting pressure on. Wade inside. Felicio, count it, and a foul. Excellent look from Wade. Another assist and a chance for a three-point play.
Having trouble handling that basketball, but Dwayne Wade has always been an exceptional passer out of pick and roll and isolation situations.
And again, Felicio, good job catching and finishing.
Felicio can't convert, still a 15-point lead. Rondo on Irving. Pass inside to Williams. And he just can't put it in. Then a foul on Thompson. Excellent pass from Kyrie Irving.
Now, I'm almost embarrassed because a couple of weeks ago we were talking about the MVP candidates and we named 4 guys. And when I got in the car afterwards, I realized that I had not mentioned the best player in the world, who every single year could win the MVP. And watching this game tonight, watching this Cavs team lose right now to the Bulls, LeBron James is the best player in the world and should be the MVP every single year. We take his greatness for granted.
That's out like Jordan should have won it every year as well.
You do, because the standard is so high year after year. And look at his numbers. The assists are a career high right now. Kawhi Leonard also deserves to be in the conversation for what he's done at both ends of the floor.
Because of all those 5 guys, Leonard is by far the best defensive player.
And that's why you get paid the big bucks.
Amen.
Those having an outstanding year also, not getting a lot of, well, getting credit, but John Wall, that Washington team has had a fantastic season.
They sure have. Valentine spots up, knocks down the three-pointer. How about the three-point shooting? Worst in the NBA all season long. The Bulls are 13 for 25, and they lead by 20. A terrific performance on the road. Chicago taking advantage of the absence of LeBron James. They're shooting 52% from the field, 52% from downtown, and they've got a 20-point advantage on the road. Incredible three-point shooting for the team that's number 30, dead last in the NBA, and they just traded their best three-point shooter. McDermott's in OKC. But what a long-distance performance from Chicago here tonight. And this place obviously has gotten quiet. Chicago continues to play so well against Cleveland. Jones, quick catch and shoot. James Jones, he's now 4 of 5 from downtown.
And that was a heck of a contest by Dwayne Wade, too. But his former teammate just knocked it home.
Wade, Felicio, and they're going to call a foul on Felicio. Substitution, Channing Frye will come back in. Thompson will sit, so it's Irving, Jones, Derek Williams, Frye, and Korver. Irving looking off the leg of Felicio. Still Cleveland ball with 7 to shoot. Jimmy Butler relaxing right now. A comfortable lead for the Chicago Bulls. Korver finds a little room, knocks down another, and Kyle Korver now with his 4th three-pointer, and now he is all alone, at least for now, for 5th place on the all-time three-point list.
I like the timeout by Fred Hoiberg. It's bad defense. Great play by Korver, getting Valentine in the air. The use of the shot fake, take your time, good old-fashioned pool, 3-ball, corner pocket.
.8:17 remaining in the 4th. Kyle Korver just knocked down his 4th three-pointer, and he's now 5th all-time in NBA history in three-point field goals made. Now Jamal Crawford and Vince Carter both obviously still currently playing. Neither playing tonight. They'll both play tomorrow, so that's going to go back and forth. But what an accomplishment for Kyle Korver, one of the great three-point shooters in the history of the game, now in his 14th season in the league.
I think you better keep on shooting because number 12 all time is a guy by the name of Steph Curry.
Yeah, that's just a matter of time. Butler, wild pass to Mirotic. Rondo. Pass deflected by Frye. Korver ahead to Irving, not expecting the pass, deflected out of bounds, turnover. It's only 11 for Cleveland. Meanwhile, how about Chicago? A season low, at least right now, 5 turnovers. That's all for Fred Hoiberg's Bulls.
They're doing a very good job of putting the ball in the hands of their playmakers, whether it's Wade, Butler, and off that bench has been Rondo.
Butler, little push shot, can't get it to go. His tip misses, deflected out to Williams. Williams in the open floor, very good. Made a nice move, but couldn't finish. A little shaken up on the play, slow to get up. He just got up down the other end. He's limping. Bulls, Felicio can't convert, deflected out of bounds, and it's still Chicago ball. Kind of lost his balance as he went up and then landed awkwardly. Tried his sneaker, was set to go and was taken out of the game. Richard Jefferson back in. Rondo kicks it out. Valentine, open three is good. Valentine with 11 points off the bench. He played well last night, did it again tonight. A rookie from Michigan State puts him back up 17.
Another example of making plays for your teammates. That time the dribble drive by Rondo, finding Valentine.
Irving stumbles. Irving's shot won't go, but a foul. By the way, the 14 three-pointers for Chicago is a season high.
This simple offense, not trying to do too much. Drive by Rondo, forcing the help by Korver, and then Valentine just waiting for the basketball. That's quality offense. You win games that way.
31 assists and 5 turnovers for Chicago. Only the 9th and 10th free throw attempt by the Cavs tonight. Well, no question tonight. The number one factor in this one has been the shooting for the Chicago Bulls from downtown. Those numbers, season numbers, are all number 30 in the league. And they've had great ball movement, have had good looks, and tonight they're falling. Up by 15 with 6:45 to play. Bulls trying to win their 4th straight. Butler knocked away by Jones. Irving draws the foul on Valentine. Was it beyond the arc? The 2 officials, Leroy Richardson and Mark Davis, they're going to look at it. Yep. There'll be 3 free throws for Irving.
The ruling on the floor, it's a 2-point attempt. It's officially under review.
On the floor, they ruled it a 2-point attempt, and they're going to change that with 6:29 remaining.
And I like the way they've made a conscious effort of reviewing these and being a little bit quicker. No sense of standing over there for a long time. It's an obvious call. Get it right, and let's keep on playing.
So 3 free throws for Irving. On Wednesday night, our NBA doubleheader on ESPN. The Cavs will be in Boston against the Celtics, followed by the Rockets and the Clippers from LA. 2 terrific games. Coverage begins NBA Countdown at 7 on Wednesday night.
Can we get that penicillin to LeBron James for Wednesday's game, please?
Hopefully he'll be okay. If you're just tuning in, LeBron James not playing tonight. Strep throat. 4th game he's missed this year. They're 0-3 without him this year. And an interesting stat, in the 3 years since Kevin Love joined Cleveland, with the big 3 of Love, Irving, and James, when only one of them has played, they're 0-8. And only one of them playing tonight. Ball deflected out. Nice catch by former point guard Van Gundy.
That's how you get this guy involved. Look at the hands by the former Nazareth basketball player.
They are all 3 play. They are dominant. When one's out, still pretty darn good. But when 2 of the 3 out, they're still looking for a win. Wade misses. Irving the rebound. 9 rebounds for Irving. Drives inside. Strip knocked out of bounds.
Well, that makes sense because when you look at the rest of their team, they're.
This is what I'm looking at. Greatness.
Well, I was going to go with my look away pass. But, you know, I mean, these guys are limited offensive players. I mean, the difference makers are those guys who can draw the second defender.
Foul on well, they're in the penalty as Jefferson's going to go to the line. Felicio commits the personal. That's number 3. As we check in with Lisa Salters.
Yeah, Mikey, we're talking about Kevin Love. I got a chance to talk to him at the Cavs facility this morning. He had just finished rehabbing that left knee. He still had stitches in the knee, but said that they could come out tonight or possibly Monday at the latest. He believes that 6 to 8 week recovery time is going to hold up. He's already doing some shooting in the gym, stationary stuff, no lateral movement yet, but he said he feels good, his knee feels good. Mike?
Thank you, Lisa. Hopefully back in the April time frame. Meanwhile, J.R. Smith and that broken thumb, they expect him to be back in March. So 2 key components to last year's championship team. Felicio knocks down another. And Felicio off the bench, 8 points, 3 rebounds in 19 minutes. It's back to 13. Largest lead was 20 for Chicago. Irving gets inside, reverse off the glass, 32 for Kyrie Irving.
And the problem with the Bulls defensively is Dwayne Wade looking for help. Well, he's got 4 shooters around Kyrie Irving. It makes it tough to help. You got to be willing to make multiple effort plays defensively and get back to the shooters.
Rondo back out Butler. Butler kicks it out, stolen by James Jones. Irving steps up for 3. Jefferson deflects it out of bounds, and it's going to be Chicago ball. That one could have cut it to 8.
Mike, that's why we've seen so many leads evaporate in fourth quarters, is the three-point shot. No one really looks for layups anymore in transition.
Wade floats it up and puts it in. 18 points, 10 assists for Wade tonight, plus 7 rebounds. It's back to 13 as we hit 4.5 remaining. Wild pass. Fry made a nice play on it. Jefferson gets inside and finishes. 2 teams now exchanging buckets. Wade's 10 assists are a season high. Mirotic way downtown. Fry just couldn't get his hands on it, and Felicio kept it alive.
But this is a non-rebounding unit for Cleveland.
Rondo nearly tripped up. Jump shot. Rajon Rondo. He shot the ball pretty well tonight. 6 of 11 from the field, 14 points.
Well, Coach talked about it. Playing with a lot of aggressiveness on the offensive end.
Channing Frye from downtown. That's his 3rd three-pointer. It's back to 10. This is the closest it's been in the 4th. Crowd hoping for one more run. There's still 3:17 remaining. Butler, banker misses. Fry the rebound. Irving to Jones. Corner to Korver. Puts up a 3. Long rebound taken by Butler. Goes right at James Jones on his foul. And Korver grabs his right knee as he falls to the floor. And you can see Korver grimacing. We'll check in on Korver when we return. We'll take a timeout with 2:59 remaining.
NBA Saturday Primetime on ABC, presented by Verizon Wireless. Verizon, join a better network because better matters.
Back here in Cleveland, Kyle Korver injuring his knee, trying to defend Jimmy Butler. You see him land. As soon as he came down and turned around, he grabbed that right knee and sat for quite some time. Was able to get up, but when he walked off the floor, he was limping heavily. To get an update, we'll pass it along. Dwayne Wade's jump shot. That misses. Felicio.
Like him. Active, aggressive, big.
6'9", 280 from Brazil. Irving gets inside, banks it home. And a good sign is Kyle Korver, as Irving's call for a foul coming back out.
Well, they went to hack a Rondo right there.
It's only the 4th team foul.
So they misplayed the team fouls, but I wouldn't.
Well, you expect them to foul him again on this possession. That's why the Bulls got the ball out of his hands, and Tyronn Lue telling Kyrie Irving, foul him again.
Rondo, who has really struggled from the line this season, shooting just 54%. He's never been a A strong free throw shooter, 61 for his career.
And Mike, it's real good to see Kyle Korver over there standing up, looking like he's ready to go back into the ball game. Welcome sight for Cavs fans.
Tell you what, the way he got up and limped off, it didn't look like he certainly wasn't going to be able to come back here tonight. Rondo misses. 10-point game, 2:27 remaining. One for two for Rondo. Irving puts his head down, drives, layup. I think Butler got a piece of it. Defended him well that time. Rondo in the front court. Finds Dwayne Wade. Back out to Rondo. And they won't foul him again. Plus, it's almost at the 2-minute mark.
And he's got to be aggressive in this situation. Get to your spot and shoot the basketball.
Shoots the three. Rebound kept alive by Wade, but right to James Jones. We're under 2 minutes left. Shumpert catches. Can't hit. They've had a couple of three-pointers to get into single digits here in the fourth quarter, but have not been able to get them to fall. Chicago holds on to that double-digit lead.
This is a terrific win for Chicago.
Butler can't connect. Wade, another rebound, his 8th. He's 2 rebounds shy of a triple-double. And many of the fans here at Quicken Loans Arena starting to leave. Mirotic steps back, three-pointer, that's good. 15 three-pointers for Chicago, a season high. And that one, the exclamation point. The best three-point shooting of the season for the Chicago Bulls.
Great play all game long by the Bulls. The supporting cast, Mirotic, little step back, ball fake, knockdown, jump shot, a thing of beauty. Hasn't been a one-man show. They've done it collectively. Impressive.
Chicago 15 for 30 from 3, and they've got it from a variety of people. There's Jerry and Grant. The good effort play by Lopez for a Butler 3. This is a beautiful passing sequence that led to the corner 3 by Valentine, and the one we just saw, the shot fake sidestep for Mirotic's 3.
7 players in double figures, including 4 off the bench. Butler inside. Wade puts it up and in.
So Mike, you talk about Dwayne Wade almost a triple-double. Well, Butler's, I believe 1 rebound away from a triple-double.
Yep. Wade 2 rebounds away. Butler right there as well. Felder's jumper won't go. It's also, they have 34 assists and just now 7 turnovers.
Wade turned it over on purpose so he could get another rebound. No, you think I'm joking.
Well, Butler got the rebound, so now Butler has the triple-double.
And so he should turn it over.
But even Wade's smiling about it. He's well aware of where he is right now.
So Jimmy Butler with his 3rd triple-double of his career. Shot clock at 5. Butler's jumper is good. After a slow start, Butler 18 points, 10 assists, 10 rebounds. And how about Chicago? They will go to 3-0 against the Cavaliers this season.
Oh, Felicio stole his rebound.
And Wade knew it. Had a chance for the triple-double if he got that rebound, but Felicio deflected it out. A terrific performance from Chicago as they take advantage of LeBron James' absence. Cavs now 0-4 without LeBron James this season. So here it is. Wade gets this rebound. That's number 10. Instead, Felicio deflects it. And he'll have to settle for 20 points, 10 assists, and 9 rebounds. A great win, though, for Chicago as they go a game over 500. 4 straight wins now for the Bulls. Wade is with Lisa.
Thanks, Mike. Dwayne, how did you not get the triple-double?
My teammate didn't want me to be great. But Jimmy got one, so we all good.
You said it was set up for you perfectly.
Yeah, it was set up for me perfectly. They shot it, it came off right on my side, but my teammate didn't want me to be great. It's all good.
Now, you guys, second night of a back-to-back, you got off to a slow start, but what really changed and started working for you guys?
Second quarter, we just kept playing the game. We know it's a different game when LeBron's out, so we had to make a few adjustments, but, coming in on the back-to-back, getting in late, we had to get our legs up under us, and we did the second quarter.
You guys haven't shot well from three all season. That was not the case tonight. What was different?
I don't even know what we shot, but I think guys just took the shots that was there. I mean, Denzel's been doing a heck of a job coming off the bench now that he's getting an opportunity to play, making shots, Nico. So I don't even know what we shot, but we just telling guys to shoot the shots that's there, and they work on them, so keep doing it.
Now, I know that you were probably looking forward to playing your boy LeBron. He's out sick tonight with strep throat. Have you talked to him at all since you've been in town?
No, I hit him after the game. I ain't like the fact that they had the bromance commercial leading up to the game. We don't hug that much, do we?
Yeah, well, you do.
No, it's all good. I wish he could have played. I love playing against him. But, it's a long season. Guys go through certain things, and, sickness is one of them for them. So we thank him for staying home.
Jeff Van Gundy wanted to know if maybe you brought him some chicken noodle soup or something.
I'll send him some. I got a couple dollars, so I'll send him some.
All right, thanks, Dwayne. Congratulations on the win. Mike.
Thank you, Lisa. So the Chicago Bulls now go a game over 500. And still in seventh, but actually tied now for sixth with Indiana. They're 3-0 against the Cavs. They're 2-0 against the Raptors. And they're 2-1 against the Celtics. So against some of the top teams, Washington has beat them a couple of times. But against some of the top teams in the East, they've played them really well. Now, granted, it's a different team now with Taj Gibson and Doug McDermott in OKC. But it's a team because when you have Butler and you have Wade, and if Rondo plays the way he played tonight, and they've got some nice young players, they can be a real difficult team to play.
If they matched up with, they have dominated, the Bulls have dominated Toronto over the years. They just have. Now, Toronto's added some great pieces, so who knows? Regular season doesn't always give you an idea of what would come in the playoffs, but I'd love to see that series, them against Toronto or they against Boston. I think it'd be a heck of a series.
Well, talking to Fred Hoiberg before the game, he talked about how his players compete at a high level, how they love the game of basketball, and they did not disappoint. They could have celebrated last night. This was a game that they're playing against the champs on a back-to-back. They didn't lay down, especially after starting off slow. So great job by the Bulls, and a dangerous out when they're playing at their best.
Again, take advantage of no LeBron James, who missed the game, obviously a huge factor, but they took advantage and got the win on the road. NBA Saturday primetime next week on ABC. It's going to be in Chicago. The Bulls will host the Clippers, who've got Chris Paul finally back in the lineup. Coverage will begin with NBA Countdown at 8 Eastern. Final score, the Bulls win again, defeat the Cavs for the third straight time this season, 117-99. For Mark Jackson, Jeff Van Gundy, Lisa Salters, our producer Tim Corrigan, director Jimmy Moore, our wonderful ABC crew, Mike Breen saying, thanks so much for watching the ESPN on ABC, home of the NBA Finals. Coming up, we're going to send it back to the studio in LA with Michelle Beadle and Paul Pierce.